Mike from Metro Trails with some more history. So right now I'm standing in Bushkill, Pennsylvania. I believe this over here was one of the Peters houses. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But right now I'm standing at just about the terminus of the Delaware Valley Railroad. So this is an obscure line here. The Delaware Valley Railroad was completed in 1901. It broke off of the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western in East Stroudsburg. And there was an intention to connect all the way through to Matamoras, Pennsylvania, and then Port Jervis. And what we're looking at right here is the station platform. I believe there were 2 stations to serve this site. And this was the second one. Ev isn't starring in this video because he's passed out asleep again. But yeah, so the line served both tourism and lumber interests in this area. And my understanding is it didn't terminate right here at the station. It actually continued out toward the Delaware River to help serve some of these logging interests. But I haven't found a whole lot on it right now. It would have had to come across right here. There are some ruins along the McDade Recreation Trail across the river, not the river, across Route 209 here, and out in the woods, which would line up with right about where the railroad would have gone. But I'm really not sure what that is. But this was a busy area of commerce. There used to be a building right here and here. The old Turn General Store is still here. This dates back to at least 1800 or so, the original building, and it was a tinsmith shop originally, is my understanding. And there was an annex building over here for one of the little hotel buildings as well. So Delaware Valley Railroad came through here, and it served the area for passengers until 1927, and then freight continued until 1938, and it was torn up. So this right-of-way is pretty obscure today. A lot of people don't know it ever existed. I did bushwhack out through this, and we did a whole hike tracing it back in 2002. I found remnants of bridge abutments over in the weeds yonder, and that's where it would have crossed the Little Bushkill Creek. Then beyond that, there's a little section called Railway Avenue that used to be lined with homes, and it goes up, and a short section of it is now a trail. Then it goes off into the woods, and it's not officially a trail. It's tougher to follow. The bridge abutments are still in place where it crossed the big Bushkill Creek. And then some of it's kind of erased by developments further out. We had a nice time walking it when we did, and asked some people if we could go through their yards and such. And we ended up tracing a good portion of the right-of-way. So this area is really interesting in that the section of Route 209 is the only transportation corridor that's ever gone through here. Its predecessor, River Road. They never had a canal along this entire section of the Delaware north of here, and there was never a railroad. The section from Bushkill on up to Matamoras, Pennsylvania, where there was another railroad this was intended to connect to, is probably the most natural section of the entire Delaware River because none of these transportation corridors followed it at all. But now, you can follow the McDade Trail all the way from Hialeah Picnic Area on up to almost Milford, PA. It's a great trail as well. I've pushed Ev on all of it already. So anyway, Bushkill, great spot to explore. A lot of great history. And fortunately, the Turn store is still in use over here. Can't get a really good view of it there right now, but it's currently called Marluca's. They got good pizza and snacks and such. Amazingly, all the land around this is owned by the National Park Service, but this one remains in pretty good shape because they have nothing to do with it. And they actually love it too because they can go in, the place is maintained fine, and they can get snacks and stuff where there's not a whole lot of businesses in this stretch. So somehow that business was able to survive through the whole Tox Island thing, and it's one of the sole surviving buildings in Bushkill. Thanks for watching.